Hello everybody, Garden some more stuff, and today I'm going to be driving, and I have almost no gas, so I am going to be stopping at a gas station. Sorry, I can't put my phone in the thing. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Boom. Alrighty, let's get a move on, everybody. Let's get a move on. You might be confused, right? Because the most recent PEGCAST involved a getting gas break, right? And that might lead you to think, Batpeg has a full tank of gas. Well, guess what? I did a lot of driving, and now I have no more gas. So I have to go get some, because I don't think I have enough gas to make it home. So I got here to Irvine, and I was talking with I got here to Irvine, and the plan was for us all to go to Solvang. I have a Coke because I'm tired. The plan was for us all to go to Irvine, meaning the roommates and I. As like a trip for Cammie and Jamie's birthday. But really just as a trip for like all the roommates to hang out, you know? And so because I was already here, I ended up being the one driving. Because like, I prefer driving to being a passenger. I don't get sick. And I'm also just more confident in my driving than other people's. Just because it's in my control. So you know, that all leads me to be the driver to Solvang. We go to Solvang, we have a super good time. I was really emotional because being in Solvang, especially with Cammie, reminds me of the first time we went there, when she had just turned 18 and I was 17 for like another 4 days or something. And we went on a trip. So I was really emotional while we were there. It was pretty awesome, to be honest. It was really nice. It like brought back a lot of fun memories. And it was cool that like I kind of knew the area because I had just been there for the San Francisco trip. So I like could lead us around. We were like, oh, let's go to the ramen place with the yummy tofu. It was closed, but I knew how to get there. But then we had a really good time. It was a really fun trip. On the way up, we bought a for $15 we bought a $20 bag, for $15 we bought a 3-pound bag of popcorn and some plastic cups. Brought it up to $20. So for $20, we had like literally infinite popcorn glitch. It was freaking awesome. And it was just like a really fun thing to do. And Cammie was really surprised. She was like, I didn't think we meant that. Like, I didn't think we were actually going to get it. And I was like, well, the reason we did is because it's really funny and it's cheap. You know? It's really funny, it's cheap, and like we'll actually use it. And those three things come together to form an elite combo that makes it such that you have to partake. Yeah, so I just saw that my mom texted me, but, you know, I can't see what she's saying because I'm driving. I suppose I'll check when I get gas. Yeah. Sorry I didn't do so well about the gas last time, guys. Normally I would say, like, okay, I'll be back in X amount of time if you want to skip ahead. But I didn't say it because I was just, like, so anxious. I was so anxious that point of the drive and that drive in general. Hence the name of the PEGCAST. But yeah, so the Solvang trip was really fun, and I had so much fun with Cammie. It was just so amazing to hold her hand and walk around, because it reminded me of, like, the wonderful other times that we've been in love. And I have this picture of her sitting at the fountain. There's, like, a fountain there, right as you enter the town. And, or essentially right as you enter the downtown, like the main little area of Solvang. And I have a picture of her from 4 years ago when we went on our last trip, sitting there at that fountain. And so seeing the fountain when I got there on the San Francisco trip made me really emotional. And we recreated the picture when we were, were there. Because basically our route was like, you know, we drove in and then we went to the free parking that's across the street from, like, the two little cafes. One is called Cafe Joy, I think, and one of them is called Good Seed. So we parked across the way from there, and then we walked around the block to go to the ramen place. Then we went from the ramen place further down to the, like, bratwurst place. We ate hot dog. Sorry, guys, I kind of have to focus on where I'm going, actually, because I'm not familiar with this route. Except for that it's not difficult at all, and I just get off right here. And the bratwurst place, to be honest, not a great place to eat if you're vegan. They do have 2 bratwursts, but, like, I don't think they were even close to worth it. And I'm finding out that a lot of the toppings that you're supposed to put on hot dogs are pickled, and I don't like pickled things. So, you know, not a, for lack of a better term, not a glizzy fan. Not a fan of glizzies, one might say. Okay, I'm getting off here. I see. And then after we got our glizzies, okay, because we're just, like, hanging out and we're going in shops and we're having a good time as we're doing this, like, on the route we're taking. So, you know, we're taking our time. We go further down to the, like, cute little bakery. So that street ends at, like, it is perpendicular with another street, and on that perpendicular street is the bakery, is a place to do olive oil testing, and a place to, hold on, I'm here now. I'm at the gas station. I have to figure out where I'm going in. I think I should go that entrance. Actually, I think I'm overthinking it. I'm just going to drive in at the first entrance, because if I'm wrong about that second place even being an entrance, then I'll have to keep driving. And, like, you can maneuver however you freaking want once you're into the gas station. So, you know, I may be overthinking it, but at least I'm overthinking it in a way where overthinking can't be the enemy. I'm like, you know what? Even if there's not another factor, I'll control for it. Guys, I thought there was no inexpensive gas. It turns out not only is there inexpensive gas, but there's inexpensive gas on the way home. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, we went and we got the food, and then we went to the bakery. They did the olive oil testing, and I went to go see if the candy shop was open, because they sell polka grease there, which is like, it's the only polka grease factory in America, which is like it's like a Swedish candy. And so, you know, it's just like a cool place to go. So we went there, and then, so that they didn't have to walk so much, we said, okay guys, we'll go to the cafe, because only Cammy wants to go to the cafe. And, in the cafe, we're gonna get Cammy's drink, and then I'll grab the car, and I'll drive it around to pick us up, or pick y'all up. So that's what we did, and I got to walk around with Cammy and hold her hand, and that's when I took the picture of her sitting at the fountain. 2 people complimented her, like, thrifted white dress, which is so cool. Because she almost didn't wear it that day. She was like, does this look weird? I was like, no, you look great. And then 2 people complimented it. Both girlies. So, that was pretty sick. It is currently, for me, 11:30. I will be back in 5 minutes on the dot. Bye. I guess I just get to chill for like 2 minutes. That's not bad. The only thing is Maya is sick. And so she asked if I wanted to play Fortnite. So I have my ETA shared with her. So... it's gonna, like, keep updating to be later. I don't want to keep her up, you know? So, I kind of feel bad about that. Like, I don't want to get her hopes up and be like, oh yeah, we can play, and then, like, not be able to. Oh, I know what I'm going to talk about in friggin' a minute. I'm so excited. Dude, Cammy and I stumbled across the most epic wizardry find. So nice. So nice having a minute. And how interesting that I feel like this is a minute to rest. Because I could have a minute to rest at any point. But I feel like it is because I said I would be back in 5 and it's a PEGCAST. Like, I feel like I have to follow the rules, you know? What's up, guys? I'm back, everybody! I gotta plug in my phone, I gotta turn on the car, put it in drive, let's go! Oh. Let's go! Alright, so, Peguins. This is what's up. Am I going straight here? It's kind of hard to tell. Looks like I am. Certainly looks it. Wait, am I turning? No, I'm not. I'm turning right. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I caught that last second. Phew! I almost just drove super the wrong way. What's up, guys? So, I thought of something to talk about during the... Oh my god, sorry. I was just in the middle friggin' lane a tiny bit. And I friggin' made a bumpy ba-dum 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 noise with my car. The caffeine is beginning to take effect from the Coca-Cola. Oh, how much more expensive is this gas station than the one I just went to? It is 60 cents a gallon. 70 cents a gallon. Oh, God. Why do they do that, man? Why do they do that? I drove a block. Not only did I drive a block, I drove a block away from the highway, like, you know? Okay. Sorry, it's dark. I wanted to make sure I didn't hit anyone when I turned right just there. So, Cammy and I just had a big freaking wizard epic freaking crazy town moment. Crazy town moment. So it was so we're moving in really soon, right? And I have been wow, that person almost just got hit on their bike. It's their turn. They are supposed to be going. But a car turned left and almost hit them. And now they're feeling scared. They're not riding their bike, they're walking it. Because they're overwhelmed. I'm really glad they're all right. Yeah, so Cammy and I are moving in really soon, and I've been talking about, like, utensils and stuff, and I've been really stressed, right? So, Cammy and I need to get a bunch of, like, plates and bowls and whatnot. And I've had people ask me, like, what plates and bowls do you have? And I'm like, oh, well, I just have what I had at college, which means I have, like, 5 plates and 4 bowls. Which is, like, not ideal. Are you for serious? Oh, no, you're not for serious. Not at all. You're not even close to for serious. Cool. Awesome. I thought my highway entrance was closed, but it's not. It's not. Although there is mad construction all over this friggin' place. So, oh my god, Bergamot fell over. I guess I'll put him underneath my console for now. Cammy and I did not have any plates and bowls really. So, I've been on Facebook Marketplace, and I've been on, like, free stuff websites, things of that nature, you know? And it's been bad for me, man. I've been so anxious. I'm, like, looking for stuff, I'm searching, but it's, like, making me think about, like, having to find stuff and, like, deals, and it's making me, like, assess things so much. But it also is like, there will be 8 things on my screen at once and I'm scrolling, you know? So it's just like a lot, and it's fast, and I have what one might call anxiety problems. I have what one might call a GAD, a generalized anxiety disorder. So yeah, it's a little bit tough, you know? And honestly, I don't even like saying that I have an anxiety disorder. I don't like saying it because it's really manageable for me, even unmedicated. So although I do have a diagnosis, I really didn't get it because my therapist was like, "Oh, you need to get medicated." I got the diagnosis because it was like, "Hey, can you give me this diagnosis so that I can have a bigger desk at school?" Because I needed a big desk so that I could work in my room, so that I didn't have to take off my hat when I was doing math. Does that make sense? Like, I needed a big desk for math, and I either was going to have a big desk in my dorm, or I was going to have to go to the library. So I asked my therapist for a note so that I could guarantee I got a big desk. And then I didn't get a big desk, and then I dropped computer science, so it was okay. The point is, though, going on Facebook Marketplace and looking for stuff, like, spikes my anxiety level. Like, if you could measure my, like, skin conductance rate, like, before and during going on Facebook Marketplace and looking for stuff for our house, it would, like, skyrocket, you know? Like Crazy Town. But it's, like, very fun. It's very fun when you don't find anything in your price range, but you find things that are, like, pretty, you know? Because you can find, like, cool stuff. Like, I saw somebody was listing, like, this super beautiful bright orange Le Creuset tea kettle. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's super cool. And, like, you know, I like seeing things like that. And the fact that I was never in a million years going to buy it actually helped, you know? Like, that doesn't make me anxious. But here's what happens. We come across a listing that's, like, 30 minutes away for just an obscene amount of tableware. Like, 12 plates, 12 small plates, 12 bowls, like, a bunch of smaller bowls as well, like 12 mugs, and it's all for $35, and it's beautiful. So, you know, I talk all the time about Dusty's dad's bowls, and that's really what inspired all of this, is, I'm so jealous of those bowls, and so I would, like, go on every few months, I would go on Target and look at Threshold bowls and plates and stuff, because that's what they have. They have Threshold stuff, and the Threshold stuff is really awesome. So I actually haven't found anything even close to I I haven't found anything even close to as cute. Also, I'm realizing I forgot to see what my mom texted me. So, oops. What was I saying? Oh, I haven't found anything even close to as amazing as Dusty's dad's bowls, but these bowls are very beautiful. You know, I think they're in the same conversation. I think that another person might find the bowls that I'm getting close to as beautiful, but I'm not that person. But these are awesome bowls and plates and whatnot. So we're like, okay, let's try to do this. And I was like, I messaged the seller, and I was like, hi, like, is this available? And she was like, yes. I was like, okay, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm very interested. And she was like, I was like, hi, is this available? And she was like, yes, I'm talking with someone right now, but I'll keep you posted about it. And I was like, thank you so much. We're very interested, you know, trying to make it clear. And she was like, okay, available, actually, like a couple hours later. And I was like, that's so awesome. My girlfriend and I are around 30 minutes away. Can we come pick them up? Or like, is it okay if we come pick them up or whatever? She was like, can you do it tonight? And I was like, oh god, tonight? Like, I was kind of hoping for tomorrow. But yes is the answer. And so we went and did it that night, and we went and got them. It's just like a friendly couple, and they're like, we're so happy that our bowls and stuff, I don't know, I just keep saying bowls because I'm focused on Dusty's dad's bowls, but we're so happy that all of this is going to, like, someone that, or somebody that's actually going to use it. And I was like, yeah, we're about to move in together for grad school, so we're like super, super happy that you're letting us have all this. And they added in a bowl, or a gravy boat, which I think is super cute. It doesn't match, but they were like, hey, we found this and we don't want it, so you can have it. And then what was also cute is all the money came from Cammie's mom, because Cammie's mom made me a green lei when I graduated from college. And what that means is she, like, folded a bunch of bills and taped them all so that they, like, and then strung them along. So it makes a lei completely made out of $1 bills. And she gave me $40, which is insane, you know? Like, I didn't realize that she gave me that much money, because you really can't tell when it's on the lei how much money it is. Especially me, because I can't estimate distances or quantities very well. It's kind of annoying. It comes up more than you'd think. But, you know, it was $40. The listing is $35. So I'm driving over, Kenzie is in the front seat with me, and Cammie's in the back separating out these bills until we have 35 of them. So we hand them 35 bills, and we're like, yeah, this came from my lei from when I just graduated college, haha. And I was being more talkative with them to, like, I don't know, I felt like I should have, because it was just like this friendly white lady and her husband, and they were like so happy to get rid of the bowls. And earlier I was in the headspace of, like, if we come across as we are, as a, like, couple that's just about to move in together, and we're, like, super in love, and I'm, like, making my life, you know, trying to go to college and stuff. If we come across this way, I think that she'll be more likely to give us the offer instead of somebody else. And I guess that headspace just, like, never left. So even while I was there, I was still, like, telling story about it, you know? I was saying the things that I was saying. And, so, yeah. And we got all the plates and stuff. They started counting the money, and we're like, we think it's $35, like we promised, but you should count it to be sure. And the husband was like, don't, like, it's really, we're just happy to get them off our hands. And, like, that was so clutch. Because we got so much stuff for so little money. And today, someone else put them on Facebook Marketplace. The same, like, set of bowls and stuff. Like, plates, bowls, mugs. They're charging $20 for 4 instead of $35 for 12. So, like, we really made out like a bandit. And then if you go on Amazon and you try to buy them, they are discontinued, so the price is jacked up. But you can find them on Amazon for $90 for a set of 4. So we, like, super duper uber lucked out, you know? It's just really cool. Whoa. Okay. This person, I don't think, is very awake. They almost just fully swerved into me. And I braked quite hard. I think they would have stopped before, based on the fact that they, Oh, never mind. He's not tired. He's just on his iPhone! Get off your iPhone! Whatever, man. Freaking old man, dude. Like a freaking old man. He's freaking old. This old man is so freaking old. He's on his freaking iPhone and he's old and stuff. Okay, so, yeah, we got the balls. It was awesome. I guess... What am I talking about now? Oh, gosh. Well, I played another one of the games that I got from Japan. This game is called Scout. The reason the reason we got it, well, I guess I'll tell you the reason I got it another time. Because I'll eventually get there in the story. Eventually, I mean, like, someday for real. Like it won't be soon. It's gonna be weeks before you hear the part of the story where I make it all the way there. But sorry, I gotta. What the heck is this? It's a receipt. I went to get like a napkin to like wipe my nose with, but I found a receipt instead. But, you know, I actually just cleaned out, well, Cammie really helped me, but we just cleaned out the trash can that I keep in my car, so I can toss it real easy. We went thrifting. After we picked everybody up from Solvang, we went thrifting at this one little super awesome thrift shop. So before I had gotten Cammie like this super cute little elephant there, and I surprised her. Like, I bought it for her while she was trying things on, and then we left, or as we left or something, I was like, and here you go. And she was like, what? And I was like, I bought him for you. And he was super inexpensive. He was something like $2 or something, this tiny little elephant, but Cammie loves him so much. That was like, that's a highlight, you know. That was a great moment of my life, I think. Because she had seen him in the store and thought he was so cute and just walked away from him. So the surprise of getting him was like really fun for her. But this time, Cammie she tried on some jeans but didn't get them. And she tried on a sweater, but she ended up buying a book. She bought a little jewelry dish that was, it's yellow and it's got camellias on it. And she was like, it's perfect. And, you know, because they're like friendly old women that are volunteering there. They're not even like workers. She was like, his favorite color is yellow and my name is Camellia, so it's perfect, you know. And I thought that was fun. And I found a nice little cutting board for $2, which was huge because we didn't have one, and it's wooden. So I was like, oh, this is something fun. why don't I see if I can repair it? Because it has a bunch of, like, cut marks in it. And the way you would do that is by getting some sandpaper and sanding it. But in order to do it, like, successfully, you would really either need to just be so committed it's unbelievable, or get, like, one of those machines that does, like, crazy sanding, you know? And it turns out that you can rent those machines, or not rent them, you can check them out from the LA Public Library. Because I found out sometime, like, years ago, that they have a bunch of tools that you can use there. So I think I'm going to try to sand it down at the LA Public Library, and then I'll buy some, like, mineral oil, and we'll treat all our wooden tools really right, you know? Like, we'll get a wooden spatula, and then we'll, like, treat it with mineral oil, and we'll friggin' make sure that it never goes bad for as long as we can. So, I think that sounds really fun. Just, like, having the mineral oil and, like, rubbing it on the board and treating it all right. It's a very small board, you know? It's like a baby's first type cutting board, but regardless, it's nice to have. Then we went to the mission. I think it's the Santa Ynez mission, which is, like, right there. And Cammy apparently was obsessed with it as a kid. Like, this is Cammy's special interest, is this mission. It's very funny. It's so sweet. So we took pictures there, and it was really fun. And then we went back to Solvang to take pictures in front of a windmill, so we had pictures. And it was just fun. It was awesome. Then we drove home. I got a Red Bull for the drive back, and I'm making a Thursday review about it. Although it's going to be really short. I want to scrap it, but the only reason I can't is because, like, they begged me to do the Thursday review on this Red Bull, even though, like, they wouldn't probably watch it, you know? Like, they're not big Peguins, although they're big Jack friends. They're not big Peguins. So, you know. But, yeah, so I do have to review it, but because they wanted me to do it so bad, I, like, recorded a little bit with them in the car, even though it was so embarrassing. And, my eyes started, like, filling with water because of the acidity of the beverage I was consuming, and it made me look like I was gonna cry. Like, my eyes were big and wet, and so I asked for everybody to subscribe. My big wet eyes, and it really got me. So, I guess all I have left is talking about... Kenzie's over, so we've been watching a bunch of Shikowa. Kenzie's almost all the way caught up with the TV show, which is super fun. Because, you know, that way when new ones come out, I can, like, show them to Cammy and Kenzie. And we can all talk about them. But... oh, I'm yawning. Sorry, y'all. Woo. We also watched Punch Punch Forever, episodes 1, 2, and 3, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was so fun. Am I staying on here? I am. Yeah, so, okay, I guess I'll start talking about the Japan trip. So, you know, Cammy and I are all ready. Everything is all, it's set in motion, you know. And I had spoken with Kai before going. I'd spoken with Kai before starting this trip. And he had said, like, do you want to know my life hack for beating jet lag? And I was like, what is it? And he said, I stay up for the whole day of travel. and then just go to bed as soon as we get there. And then, like, I'm fine, because I just kind of go to bed early, I wake up early, like, everything works out. And I was like, okay, you know what, that sounds right, because I hadn't given it any thought. I hadn't considered it at all. And so, you know, I decided at that point that I was going to do the same thing as Kai. I was going to stay up. So, the day before, Cammie and I prepared by getting our last things we needed. And the last things we needed were perishables, right? Actually, what was sweet is, like, before we went, Cammie and I decided that we were going to spend money at the grocery store to buy we were going to spend money at the grocery store and buy vegetables and make curry. So while I was at the grocery store with my gran and gramp, they were like, is there anything you want? And I was like, actually, yes. And I went and I bought golden curry with gran and gramp. And that was the curry that we ate when we were there. So I bought golden curry and I bought, like, toothpaste for the trip with gran and gramp. So I thought that was really fun. But yeah, so we got perishables, which means we got a sandwich from Maciel's, and we got a burrito from Chipotle. We each got one of these things. We got one of these things each. So I got sandwich and burrito. She got sandwich and burrito. I go up and I'm like, hi, can I get a Californian, no tomato, because I don't like tomatoes. I've tried. And can I get the bread toasted? And I was feeling chatty and talkative. And I thought it would be Silly Town, because the person working there seemed like they might want to chat. They were being fun too. And I was like, the reason we're getting the bread toasted is so it holds a little bit better. We're going to be using this as our food to travel to Japan. This is probably the farthest a Maciel's sandwich will ever have traveled. And he was like, wow, that's crazy. You should, like, take a picture of it and post it and, like, tag Maciel's. And I was like, God, like, I would rather do literally anything. But I was like, oh, that sounds so fun. But yeah, so I got my sandwich, Cammie got her sandwich. We go get our burritos, and I stayed in the car while we got the burritos because we were in like a really short parking type situation, and it was just faster for Cammie to go in, and it was like safer for not getting a ticket for me to stay in the car. So I send in Cammie. She gets the burritos, and she comes in, she's like, dude, I need to rewrap these burritos because the guy in there absolutely could not do it. But she did a really good job of getting me a juicer, okay? She got me a juicer of a burrito. And so we're completely prepared. We get to the airport super early because our flight out was really early. We were taking a flight from LAX to Seattle, and then Seattle to Narita Airport. And so our flight from LAX was really early, and we got there really early for the flight too. And what this meant was we were in line waiting for them to let people into TSA. Like, TSA had not opened yet, and we're in line with like this old couple, you know? And we're just like, okay, here we go. We finally get through. We sit there for however long we sat there. And then we get on the plane. We fly out, make it to Seattle. The plan was that we would sleep on the Seattle flight because we weren't going to get almost any sleep the night before. Man, what did I eat that night, or that morning? I feel like I must have had breakfast, but I can't imagine what I had. Cammie was there with me. Like, we both got up early and left. But I can't imagine what we ate in the morning. Maybe I had a bagel or something. But yeah, we left like early in the morning. Took our Uber. Our Uber driver was terrible. I forgot about that. Our Uber driver was so bad. He was just like bad at driving. He wasn't as bad as the last Uber we took to the airport. That guy like would probably get too many strikes on his driving test and not pass. But you know, this guy was not great. Forgot about that. But our plan was, like, I had a bunch of stuff downloaded and she had a bunch of stuff downloaded, Cammie. And the plan was to sleep on the flight to Seattle because that was technically the middle of the night in Japan. And then our second flight, the one that was like super long, was the one that we were gonna have to stay up for. So the plan was that on that flight we would watch Dragon Ball, which was downloaded on Cammie's phone. And that way we would have fun together. But I had a bunch of stuff downloaded. I had YouTube videos downloaded, and I had a bunch of anime downloaded. I already talked about this on a previous PEGCAST, but you may not have been able to listen to it if you have not yet seen The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya and The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I watched The Disappearance of Yuki Nagato. Or I think it's Nagato Yuki. The Disappearance of Nagato Yuki. I watched on the plane. So, whatever. But we went to Seattle, and then our Seattle layover is something like 4 hours. You know, just something real miserable. And so we're like checking out all this stuff. We're walking back and forth across this airport. We're thinking like, should we eat? Should we get some food here? Like, what's happening? We sit down. Oh, we weren't thinking about getting food. Sorry. We sat down and we ate our food. I ate my Maciel sandwich. We had sat there for like an hour, and then I was like, okay, time for Maciel's. So I ate my Maciel sandwich, and it was delicious. And then it was time to get on the next flight. Cammie slept through our layover. And then on this next flight, Cammie gives up on our plan. And she just goes to bed. She does not stay up at all. She sleeps. So, yeah. I was like, man, I guess we don't get to watch Dragon Ball or anything, but here's what's crazy. They announce over the intercom, like, hey, we're partnered with oh god, what's the company called? With I don't remember what the company is called. It's Elon Musk's internet company. Like Elon Musk's Wi-Fi company. Starlink? They're like, hey, we're partnered with Starlink to bring you Wi-Fi on plane, free Wi-Fi on plane for free. And I was like, what? Really? You know? Because that's pretty exciting. Like, this is big. And so, sure enough, there's free Wi-Fi. And I was like not expecting much from it, you know? So I'm just using it to like text. I'm saying hi to Dusty and Maya. I'm saying like, we're in the air, you know? And then Cammie wakes up at some point, and I'm like, do you want to try watching Chikawa? Because she had not seen that much of it, and we kind of needed to see as much as we could so that Cammie would like understand as much of the merch as she could. Because all the Chikawa merch that there is, like, there are a bunch of plushies and stuff, and they're all references to either a location at which Chikawa has an official store, or something that happened in the show. So, for, like, Tokyo Skytree, there's, like, Chikawa with the Tokyo Skytree miniature, you know? And then there's also, like, Chikabu, who's, like, this little stag beetle cute character from the show. There's, like, Chikawa wearing a jailer outfit from, like, when Chikawa was thrown into jail, right? And you might think, what? That happened? Like, I haven't gotten there yet. To which I would respond, that's why we had to watch. That's why we had to watch. So, Cammy and I get watching while on the plane, and it totally works. We've been watching the fan translation, which you find through either... Actually, I don't know where I've been finding it. Like, there's like a playlist of all the Chikawa episodes that have been fan subbed, and, like, some of them are compiled, so you can watch, like... Oh, I gotta get over. Oh, I'm actually fine. I think I'm fine in this lane. I'm pretty sure. So, I'll try to get over, but I'm not, like, worried anymore. I got over anyways. Nice. Yeah, I would have been fine. I have so much time. Like, if I really needed to. Yeah, it would be okay. So, yeah, we watched a bunch of Chikawa, and it was awesome. It was super fun. But most of the time, Cammy was asleep, right? And we had called ahead and said, hey, we want our vegan meal. And then we saw on our boarding pass that it said vegetarian. We were like, ah, how sad. But then we go up to the person at the place. We go up to the person, you know how, like, there's a little desk before you get on the flight at your terminal, and you're like you can go up and talk to them, but there's always a big line. We were, like, there so early that we basically just walked up as soon as they got there, and we were like, hey, we had ordered vegan meals. Do we have them? And they were like, no. They were like, no, you don't. And we were like, oh man, that sucks. I guess we're freaking whatever. That sucks so much. And so, we get on the plane. We're flying. Cammy's asleep. They walk over before the flight takes off. Sorry. Cammy's awake for this. And they're like, hey, we just wanted to make sure you guys are vegan, right? We got your vegan meals. And we're like, yes, we are. And so that's like a big victory for us, you know? That's a big victory. I'm driving a different way home. I don't remember the last time I drove home this way. At some point, my phone said I was going to save 7 minutes by going this direction. And it's kind of nostalgic because it's the way home that my dad would drive me from his place. So that's kind of fun. But I'm not going to autopilot, otherwise I'll end up in the wrong spot. Yeah, so... we take off. Everybody is given some, like, trash earbuds, some, like, an eye mask and a blanket. And oops, am I getting off here or no? No, I'm getting off here. Okay. I'm behind a huge truck that carries what seems to be a bunch of oil. But yeah, so we're flying and it's nighttime in Japan, but daytime in America. And so we're like, okay, we gotta sleep. And, no, my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm focused on driving. It's nighttime. I'm sorry. This story is so hard for me to tell. And we're flying through the sky. The woman comes up. She says, hello, would you like anything to drink? Cammy is like, oh, dude. Before they walked up to us, she was like, oh, dude, is that friggin' Pog juice? And I was like, is it? And it was. So she was like, can I get the passion fruit orange guava juice? They were like, yeah. I was like, can I get a Coca-Cola? They were like, yeah. And so that was awesome. That was tight. I drank it. Cammy drinks it. Cammy goes to sleep. She's out. They come over. They bring us our meal. No one else has received their meal yet. We just have ours because they want to keep them separate, make sure they don't mess it up, right? They give us our meal, and Cammy is not awake for this, so I bring down her table and I put it on her table, and I'm like, thank you so much. I kind of wait for her before I begin to eat, but eventually I'm like, you know what? She's not going to wake up. I got to eat. Before I'm even close to finished eating, though, they come back and I'm like, oh, is this the trash run for some stuff? And she's like, what would you like to drink? And I'm like, what? This just happened. This literally just happened. So I was like, can I get the passion fruit orange guava? And can I get her a Coke? And the lady's like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, thank you so much. We switched, haha. And she's like, haha, that's cute. Really, I wanted to get more Pog juice for Cammy because I thought she might want it. And I wanted to drink more Coke for the caffeine. So I took a sip of the Pog while she was there, and then I switched them. A small sip. I switched them, and then I drank the whole Coke. And then I ate my food, and it was passable. I don't really remember what it was too clearly, but it was okay. Yeah, I really can't remember what it was. I remember how I felt as I was eating it. It was fine. It was not bad. It was actually, kind of a pleasant surprise. But I don't remember what it was. Whatever, point is, that all happens. Cammy wakes up. I'm like, hey, Cammy, everyone's done eating now. It's time to eat. And she's like, oh, shoot. So she opens it up, and then she's like, oh, cool, whatever, blah, 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 we eat. And then they came by to get trash 3 or 4 times. And this all just really weirded me out. Why did they offer us juices or drinks, twice, immediately? They rapid-fired the drinks. It's they hit one side of the cabin and then came back and gave us drinks again. It was just kind of weird. Just kind of strange. And so, that was just weird. But we watched Chikawa. I watched my anime. I did not even finish one anime. Granted, it was long. It was a 16-episoder instead of a 12er. But I didn't even finish it. Frankly, I didn't even finish it on the way back as far as I remember. Did I? Because I had watched some other stuff to kill some time, and I just generally tried to have fun and be silly. And yeah, I didn't even read a single chapter of One Piece. I thought I was gonna. Oh my God, there's a Daddy Longlegs in my car, right. Oh my God, how long am I can do this. 10 minutes. I can do this. They're not dangerous. They don't bite. So it's okay. It's just irrational. It's just an irrational fear. It's just an irrational fear. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just an irrational fear. It's just an irrational fear. There's nothing to actually worry about. It's just an irrational fear. He might go out. What's silly? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a song playing, and they're just going la 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 la. Oh my gosh. No. Please go outside. Please go outside. Please. Oh my god. I'm gonna scream! He's not going outside. Okay, he has disappeared completely. I have no idea where he is, and I'm close to home, but he's over there somewhere. Oh my god. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Why? Why does this happen? I gotta get my spray back in here. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Why? Why? Okay. He just appeared also. I have no idea how he got up there. Oh my god. I have no idea where he is. He's like gone. Like I cannot find him. Jesus, that's so scary. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I didn't finish my anime. I watched some other stuff. I didn't even read One Piece. The whole flight. And, you know, eventually our flight lands, and I'm feeling tired. But the adrenaline of finally getting there has kept me up. And I'm feeling pretty good. So we get off and we go to the bathroom, and we're, like, at this point, completely alone. Our flight landed, and then, like, everyone on our flight left, as one does when their freaking flight lands, except us. We just stayed there. Man. Oh my god, I'm so scared. We just stayed there because I used the bathroom and then Cammie used the bathroom, and she took a long time because she was, like, you know, fixing herself up a little bit in there. So yeah, that's that. And then, oh my god. So, yeah, that's, she was, like, fixing herself up, and, yeah, sorry. So, yeah, we're, like, alone, and I'm feeling kind of anxious because we're alone. But then, you know, we go and we make it to customs, and we show our stuff, because you have to have stuff ready before you get there, and we show our QR code. It's so easy. It's actually the easiest thing ever. It's so simple. How am I supposed to turn here? Oh, okay. They've closed the lane for construction here. So, I can turn right. I just couldn't. I was like, can I not? But I can. I was just overthinking it. God, I'm just so anxious. I'm sorry. We get through customs, and sorry, the construction people are yelling and stuff, so I'm struggling to think on top of the anxiety. We look up where we're supposed to go, and we're like, oh, we got to get on the train. So there's just a train that we take, and it's like an hour trip, and after we've taken the hour-long train, we're there. Like, it's a straight train to where we're going. You know, we don't have to transfer or anything. So We kind of figure out, we get our bearings straight. We figure out what we're doing, and we walk up to the train, and the train arrives pretty much immediately, and we immediately get on. Cami eventually finds a place to sit as somebody gets off so that she can set down her 2 backpacks. But, I guess she didn't have 2 at this point. She just had 1. But I have my 1 backpack and my big luggage. So I went to go stand somewhere where I would, like, be out of the way. And I stood the whole time. And we would, like, look out and look at the countryside and stuff, and, like, that was cool. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna get the full friggin' public transit experience, and I'm gonna have fun. So I started to read One Piece while on the train, to our hotel, or to our Airbnb. So I'm reading One Piece, having a swell old time. And at this point, I've been up for almost 26 hours. It's 26 hours by the end of this. So this doesn't count the Seattle attempted nap. So, like, as we're flying to Seattle, I attempt to take a nap, and I do not ever succeed at sleeping for 30 minutes in a row. So, technically, I had not been conscious for 26 straight hours. Technically, it was something closer to 24 or 25, but really it was like 26. Or actually, it was probably something closer to like 22, since I had last been unconscious. But it was like 26, whatever, you understand what I'm saying. And I can't do the math right now because I'm freaking out, and because I'm almost home, and because blah blah blah, and I'm driving. So, we eventually make it off the train, and I'm like, I'm feeling okay, to be honest. I'm feeling like I'm functioning well, I am awake, everything is good, but I am objectively running on fumes. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell this part of the story. While we're on the flight to Japan, to Narita, we ate our Chipotle burritos, right? Because we had gotten them for the trip, so that we wouldn't be hungry when we got back. We could just go to bed. We start to try to eat these Chipotle burritos, and they're bad. I don't know what it is. I've had a day-old burrito before. I've had the experience of buying a burrito from some place like Chipotle, or even literally Chipotle, putting it in the fridge, and then eating it the next day. And y'all, I don't know what happened to this burrito. It was bad. There was something wrong. Okay? There was something horribly wrong. It was the most disgusting burrito ever. And when I ate it, I immediately began to have physical pain in my stomach. So, it was just literally the worst Chipotle experience we've ever had. The stupid guy couldn't even friggin' make a burrito working at Chipotle. And it like hurt me when I ate it. So, do with that what you will. Also, I wore my last mask from the pandemic. So I really liked this one brand of mask because it fit me really well and whatnot. And so I was wearing it for this trip, but it was really hurting my ears. So Cammie, like a freaking rugged, cool freaking person, Cammy, she ripped the eye mask, like elastic. She tore it off and tied the two ends of the mask together so that it would be like the tension was more like on the back of your head than it was on your ears. And it like actually saved me. Like, they were really heavy, like, or really deep lines in my ears from wearing the mask. But Cammy saved me with this genius, rugged maneuver. She was like friggin' a cool wilderness survivor. It was so awesome. Yeah. So that's that, really. I'm almost back, so. Everybody, comment below, Batpeg, you've been so strong for doing a PEGCAST, even though you're so scared of the daddy long legs that you know is here. And you're so strong. But yeah, we finally make it to our, I can't continue. I'm home. I'm gonna park right now. And I'm ending the episode because there's a freaking spider. I like need to get out of this car with desperation. I missed the spot where I had to park. And now I'm freaking stressed out. I missed it. Now I have to go. Oh my god, please. Okay. Yeah, so I'll have to remember that the next thing I have to tell you guys is about when we got off the train. It's actually really easy to navigate in Japan with like Google Maps. The tools that they have now are freaking insane, okay? They're freaking insane. They make it very easy to navigate even if you don't speak any Japanese. Also, all the signs are written in like English letters as well as characters, so everything is like mega easy. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe to all the crazy images. Goodbye.